and this was back in 2021, 21.5 million black women in the United States, making up about 52% of the population. And that's in 2023. So even if you look at all the things that goes on with us as black men today, our incarceration, transgender homosexuality, just not loving ourselves and taking care of ourselves health wise, you know what I mean? That also dwindles our number down. So that easily, the number as far as 2 million, easily about 3 million. There's about 3 million or even a little bit higher than a little bit over than 3 million black women more than black men. 3 million, almost 3 million more black women than there are black men here in the United States of America. So, and when you take that number and you look at the black women, let's just say out of that 3 extra million, out of those 3 million black women that are here in America, let's just say those that are not practicing homosexuality, those that want to actually, or what you call lesbianism, those that want to actually have, is my phone glitching or is collage on live? Those women are not practicing lesbianism, and those women that actually want to have families and actually want to experience the creation of a family. So when you look at it like that, that means that you, that's why you see when women always talk about cheating. The number one thing in relationships today is they want to say is cheating. So we don't have to act like that's not the case. The number one thing that's going on in relationships today is all about what? Cheating. Has nothing to do with anything else but cheating. You and I both know this. So we don't have to act like this is something that is not, that is made up. It's not. And this will always be the case as long as our sisters don't accept each other and don't love and value each other. This will always be the case. So we can sit there and look at your grandmom and your great-great-grandmom and your great-great-grandpa. So here's another thing, and we look back in the day when you talk about great-great-grandmoms and grandpops, just notice this, like all of our great-great-grandmoms and grandpops wasn't always together. Let's just notice that, just so we can understand that. And those that were together, if you actually had a conversation, a real truthful conversation with grandpop and grandma would say, I wasn't concerned about what was going on outside the door. I was concerned about what was going on inside of the house. Grandpa would say, don't worry about what I was doing. I made sure that I came home to my woman every night. That's what grandpa would say. Grandpa would say, mind your business and don't worry about what was going on in this household. I made sure that I came home to my grandmother, came home to my wife every day. Now, is that to say that exonerate him for doing anything disrespectful to his woman or disrespectful to their family? No, that does not exonerate that. But a woman controls how the flow of the household goes. That, not the man. The woman controls how the flow of the household go. She controls everything. And she doesn't realize that. And most of her power is in her femininity. Most of her power is in picking and choosing when to have a disagreement, when to have an argument or be upset about something. Most women that know how to master that right there have the best and the most successful relationships. The reason why you don't have that many successful relationships today, because women today are not mastering that. That is a masculine trait. Men do not pick and choose fucking arguments. We got a problem with something, we speaking on it. Point blank and simple. Women should pick and choose what arguments to have, because guess what? A lot of men are not, we pick and choose to a certain extent too, because we'll be like, you know what? This shit is not worth it. I don't feel like going back and forth with this shit. So, you know what I mean? Like, I already know what the answer going to be. So let me move on from this shit. You feel what I'm saying to you? But when there is something that is very detrimental, a man will speak on it. Today, women speaking on too many different things that has nothing to do with the growth and the development of a relationship. It's only to tear it down. Wow, abundance. You know what? You know how powerful it is for you to admit that. You know how powerful it is for you to admit this, my love? Divine, I want to tell you that. Yes, that's how I push my ex away. You know how accusing him, always arguing, but he is. Yeah, you know how powerful it is for you to admit that, and you'd be surprised. Listen, let me tell you something. You got females right here, right now, today, that will not admit that. They will not admit that they let a good man go to go deal with possibles and have sex with other males that doesn't even guarantee them. I'm 29 years old, by the way. Okay. That you're actually older than that, but thank you for your Gregorian calendar years. But yes, you know how many females today that will not admit that right there, that they actually had a good man that valued them and appreciate them, that will ride with them and do things with them that another man wouldn't do, and they would leave that man based upon insecurities, based upon past experiences, self-doubt. They will leave that man, and also because of structure. They're not used to that structure. They will leave that man to go and mess with males or try to find a male possibly that can take that person's space again. What's up? What's up, Turk? Abundance to you, my brother, and abundance to your queen, your children. You know what I mean? Gratitude to you, my brother. You already know how I feel about y'all. You know how many women will actually leave that man into to venture out into the society today and then find out how hurt they are. See, the females won't admit this. When you meet a good man and a man that actually takes on to you, like y'all actually are we in a relationship, and you see that he's trying his best to do what he can in a relationship with you more than anybody else ever did. What will happen is you will use coping mechanisms to block out the fact that that man was good to you. So what you would do is when you leave that man and you like, fuck it, I'm not dealing with him no more. I'm not dealing with that shit no more. I'm not putting up with that shit no more. Now, I will tell you, you should never put up with a man that is physically abusing you, emotionally abusing you. Now, emotionally abusing you emotional abuse does not mean that he needs to be subjugated to your insecurities and your self-doubt as a woman, or your inability to keep yourself up as a woman. That is not emotional security. So we don't want to hear that. Emotional security is that, let me hear what you have to say regarding the problem that we are having or you are having, and let's hear this out so we can get this matter resolved. However, if you are still repeating the same issues and you're not growing from it, then that means that's no longer emotional security. Those are choices that you are making in your life to continue to destroy your relationship. Oh, you didn't leave him. He left you. Well, when a man does that, love, I would tell you, like, he must have been like, whoa, I don't want to. It's hard for men to walk away from a relationship, because men don't really want to walk away from relationships. We don't, especially when we find somebody that's true. We don't want to walk away from relationships. Yeah, she definitely stepped up and said what she had to say is the truth. Men don't really want to walk away from relationships. So when a man walk away, is definitely is definitely, that's why I say, like, man, it's a beautiful thing when you can actually get into a relationship with someone that truly cares for you from the inside out. I don't like starting over. Well, here's the deal with a man. You shouldn't have a problem with starting over, to be honest with you. And it's not necessarily starting over, because it's just adding someone else to your life. For a woman, it's very hard for you to do that. I told you, like, it's so many chemical reactions that take place with you when you're having sex and when you're intimate with a man. And before you're physically intimate with that man, you're mentally intimate with that man. So those are causing chemical reactions in your body as well. Your body is changing. Your body's preparing yourself just for that man. Your body, your womb, your reproduction organs, everything is preparing itself for that man, without you even physically touching him. But you are mentally thinking about him. You're thinking about how he looks. You're thinking about his stature. You're thinking about how he may feel. You're thinking about how he kissed. You're thinking about this. So these are all causing chemical reactions in your body that is changing your body to fit him, period. This is what's happening. This is why men feel some type of way when our women sleep out and mess with another man, because we understand the truth behind sex. Even though we don't Even if we don't know the science behind it, we know the internal soul truth behind this shit. And that's real. It's all chemical reactions. A man is not going to have a chemical reaction unless you stimulate him. You see what I'm saying to you? It's like you got to stimulate that man. That's it. If I get your phone number right now and me and you, we just exchange phone numbers, I'm going to walk away and be like, yo, she had a beautiful smile. She got a nice physique. You know what I mean? The way she spoke to me, yeah, that's beautiful. That's nice. That's a chemical reaction. That's a dopamine hit. Boom. But you walk away, talk about, damn, he looked good, his body looking fine. Like, damn, I wonder how he feel. I wonder what he feel like if he hugged me. I wonder what he feel like if he kissed me. You know what I'm saying? Your body, that's changing everything in your body. The same way when you talk to a dude and you stimulate that dude and he get an erection and you don't even have to say nothing for real sexually. You could just be talking to him in an intimate way. It don't have to be sexual, but you can talk to him in an intimate way. You know how that voice that you put on when you want to feel like when you feel like you want to call him Zaddy. You know what I mean? You know that Zaddy voice, that you put on, not Daddy, but Zaddy. That Zaddy voice. You know what I mean? Like that shit there. You be like, hey Zaddy, that shit there, that voice. When you put that voice on for him and you stimulate it and you see that nigga, his legs going back and forth, he rocking his shit now. He like, damn. He's sitting there in the chair and you talking to him. Next thing you know, he doing like his legs and shit start rocking back and forth. He like, oh my goodness. You feel what I'm saying to you? That you done stimulated him. You see what I'm saying to you? That's something different. But you, on the other hand, is totally different because you look at sex and you think about sex completely, totally different than he do because he's coming to penetrate you. You're not penetrating him, which means you have to prepare yourself physically for that. See, that's simple as that. Because you think back, every woman thinks back. This is no lie, fellas. I want y'all to know something. I'm ready to let some I'm ready to let some gym loose. Every woman thinks back to when she first had sex. See, every woman does this because she remembers that feeling that she had when she first was penetrated. Every woman does that. When she first has sex with you as a man, she automatically thinks back to when she first had sex. When she automatically, whether it be for a split second, whether it be for a longer than 3 or 4 or 5 seconds, it doesn't matter. Every woman thinks back to that period and that time. Just all. Because you know why? Because she had to prepare herself then and she had to prepare herself now for the same thing over and over. So let me just share this with y'all, my people. I just wanted to share our Mother Earth. I just make sure the children are okay. You ain't right. I know. I know already. You don't gotta tell me. I'm an empath. I feel it. You don't gotta tell me. I know it. You can't help but think that. We don't think about that like y'all do. We don't look at it like that. The way y'all look at it and the way we look at it is two totally different things. Yeah. Thank you. Yep. We don't look back at it like that.